What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video I'm showing you how to get Electro V2. I'm sorry if my last video was a little bit too fast. I had a comment saying that I was talking too fast and it was difficult to understand, so I put more of the specifics in the comments. I'll try to speak a little slower so that people can understand. But this is how to get the Electro V2 fighting style. So the first step to get the Electro V2 fighting style is to awaken your race. You need awaken to make race to get the fighting style. What you're going to want to do is, if you go to second sea and you swim around on a boat for a little bit, you're going to want to take your boat out and go into the water in between these three islands. I can join second sea and show you real quick where you're going to want to stand at. And what you're going to want to do is you have to go in the water in between the Dawn Island in second sea, the Zoe Island, and Annie's Lobby. You're gonna want to go in between those three islands, and it's like it's their nest basically. So if you want to get a sea beast to spawn, I'm joining second sea to show you really quickly where you're supposed to go specifically to get a sea beast to spawn. So now that we're in second sea, what you're going to want to do to spawn a sea beast, let me turn off my accessories really quickly. In order to spawn a sea beast, you want to get a boat. It can be any boat, but me personally, I like to buy the sail ship. Jump out onto the water a little bit and then spawn in your boat. You're going to want to get in your boat and you're going to want to turn right over here. So right there is the Zoe Island, and then over there is Annie's Lobby. So you're going to want to go into the water in between this island, and this island. And this is known as the sea beast nest, which is where the sea beasts spawn. So it depends on how long you've been in the server. I'm pretty sure it lets you spawn a sea beast once every 20 minutes. So normally I'll drive my boat to about right here, and then I'll start driving it in circles around the water right here, and that would get the sea beast to spawn. I would recommend server hopping in second sea if you can't get it to spawn, because certain servers are aged more, and it has a higher chance of letting you spawn a sea beast depending on how long the server's been open. Because every time the server age reaches 20 minutes, it lets someone spawn another sea beast. So I would recommend just server hopping to get the sea beast to spawn. And after you kill the sea beast, when it spawns in, there's a 10% chance to get one of these essences: Fishman essence, Mink essence, Skypian essence, or a human essence. 10% drop chance, and you have a 1 in 4 chance of getting the one you need. To get Electro V2, you're gonna want to get the Mink essence. So you're gonna want to farm for sea beast for a little bit, and you're gonna want to go ahead and get the Mink essence. So now I'm gonna go back to third sea and show you how to get the other step of the Mink awakening. So for the next part of the Mink awakening, you're gonna want to get a soulless essence. Now, to get a soulless essence, it is a 25% drop chance from a Kraken. And a Kraken is a world boss, which means it has a 50% chance to spawn every 20 minutes. But there are 4 different bosses that can spawn every 20 minutes, so there's a 1 in 4 chance that the boss that does spawn is a Kraken. So, basically, how I did it personally is I was standing on different islands just waiting for 20 minutes. But I found that it spawned the most while I was on a boat. Not sure if it was just coincidence or not. But, oh, the boat spawned on me. That's pretty bad. So I'm not sure if it was just coincidence, but I was on a boat, and then the first world boss that spawned while I was on the boat was the Kraken, and it just kept spawning. I sat right here in this boat with an auto clicker and waited for 20 minutes, and when the world boss spawned, it was a Kraken. Not sure if it was just coincidence, but it happened while I was standing on a boat. So the Kraken world boss it has a decent amount of health. I'd say probably around 3 billion, same thing as the Pika raid. And if you get the 25% drop chance, it will reset you, so you'll go back to your spawn point, which would maybe be this spawn point. So it would reset you, and it would say, success, you got a soulless essence at the top of your screen, and you will get one of these soulless essences. So now that you have the soulless essence and the Mink essence, you're going to want to go back over to the leopard island I was showing earlier, the island that I was at. So you're going to want to fly past this island right here, that's the blacksmith island, and it should be right over here to the left of it. So you're going to want to go over to this island, and you will need gems for this. So you're going to want to go over here and talk to this guy right here, the New World Scientist. You talk to him. You'll need 2 Seabeast kills and 2 Kraken kills, which we would most likely have if you have gotten the other 2 essences, like I said. 2 poneglyphs found, which you will also have if you're even in 3rd sea. 100 billion belly, 25,000 gems, the race you want equipped in both a soulless essence and a race essence. So let's say I was awakening Mink, which is what this video is about. I would have the Mink race equipped, and I would have the Mink essence and the soulless essence, plus all the other requirements and the 25,000 gems. So I would talk to this guy, and then after I gave him all the stuff, it would take away your soulless essence and your Mink essence, and it would take your gems and everything, and he would give you a Mink soul. Now, a Mink soul is what you actually need to awaken race. So after all that, you haven't actually awakened it yet, and you need more gems to awaken it. So I'm going to go ahead and reset so I can go back to the spawn area on Dawn Island. So after you have the Mink soul, you're going to want to get 32,000 gems, right? And you're going to need 32,000 gems. So you take the Mink soul, you will still have Mink race equipped for this, right? And you're going to want to go this direction now, and you're going to want to go over to the volcano island. So 32,000 gems and the Mink soul is what you're going to need to awaken your race. So you got the Mink soul from the New World Scientist, and you're going to need 32,000 more gems to actually awaken your race. So you have 32,000 gems, the Mink race equipped, and your Mink soul in your inventory. So now that you have all that, you're going to go over to this guy right here, Davy Jones, and you're going to talk to him, and he's going to say you have to deliver some souls in return for true power. I see potential in you. With a little deal, I can make something happen. So if you click confirm and you have all the requirements met, then he will let you awaken the Mink race. This is not what the Mink race looks like awakened. It will look like 2 fox ears right here, little triangles, and then a long puffy tail. I can actually show you that really quickly if I spin the Mink race. So let's go to the gem shop and spin for Mink. There we go, Mink. So when it loads in really quickly, I can show you what the awakened Mink race looks like. So here is what it would look like after you awaken your Mink race. You will have the 2 fox ears, a little puff underneath your chin, and a long tail in the back. So it also makes you faster like this, and that's just what the awakened Mink race looks like. So after you have awakened your Mink race like this, there's still more steps to come. So you're going to want to go over to an island called Nuzo, I'm pretty sure it's called, which is to the right of Volcano Island. And this is the last step that you have. So you're going to want to go to Nuzo, and it should look like an elephant. And on top of the elephant is a portal that you're going to want to go into, and that will actually take you to the island, and it's in the sky. So elephant is to the right of this volcano island, somewhere over here. There it is. So you're going to want to go to the top of this big elephant, and you're going to want to fly up there. You might want to set your spawn here, and you're just going to go through this portal right there. So you go through that portal, and it teleports you here to Nuzo. And the teacher for Electro V2 is actually up here, and he's in this little building right here. Here he is, Pedro. And he will say, do you list to learn Electro V2? And you need 4 moon fragments. So you need the awakened Mink race, 4 moon fragments, and I'm pretty sure that's it. You might need a little more requirements, but I'm pretty sure all you need is the awakened Mink race and the 4 moon fragments. Now, how to get the moon fragments is, I'm pretty sure they might be either a 1% drop chance or a 5% drop chance from this boss right here, the Nekomamushi boss, or if you go to the other side, you have the Inuashari dog, right? So these 2 bosses have a chance of dropping the mirror fragment. It's either a 1% chance or a 5% chance. And once you get 4 of the mirror fragments, you're going to want to talk to Pedro, and he will let you learn Electro V2. So now that I showed you how to get Electro V2, I'll do a quick showcase of the moves. And so the M1s are pretty basic. They're just normal M1s. They only hit one NPC. They don't have very much range. Only one NPC gets hit. Like if I hit like here, there's no actual range. You have to actually like punch them. You have the first move is E-Claw, which is one of those teleport moves. Looks pretty good. You have the Electrical Moon. I'm gonna fly over to some other NPCs if I can find them. Right here. So I'll wait for the observation to run out so you can see it better. So you have Electrical Moon. I'll hold it down, right? Here's what it looks like while you're holding down E. Have a big electrical sphere above your head. You let go of it, and it's a big explosion. Looks really good in my opinion. It's my favorite move for the Electro V2. Then you have the Moon Dance move, which dashes you in between all of the enemies around you and then attacks them all at once. Then you got the last two moves. You have Static Talons, which looks like this. You don't need to hold it down, you just press it. It does a barrage in front of you and then dashes forward. And then the last move is called Canine Scourge, and it is a little dash into them. Just like that. So the last move, Sulong, right here, is mainly the reason you would want to get the Electro V2 fighting style, because when you go into Sulong form, which gives you these bunny ears and the long hair, when you go into Sulong form, it gives you a buff. I'm not quite sure what the buff is, but it is the best buff for fighting styles in the game. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere, it might be like it's like a 2 times buff or a 2.1 times buff, something like that. And it will buff your overall damage by that amount. So that's why most people go for Electro V2, because it buffs your damage when you go into Sulong form, which is really important when you want to do the most damage. You want to get the best buffs. So the Sulong form buffs all your damage. I'm almost 100% sure it doesn't change the way your moves look. I could test it really quickly. I could do E-Claw. Doesn't look like the moves change at all when you go into Sulong form. They seem to be exactly the same, but it does buff your damage. I'm doing no damage to him. So that's how to get the Electro V2 fighting style. I hope you found it helpful, and I will put the buff in the description because I don't actually know the buff of the Sulong form, but I will put it in the description so that you guys can see what the buff is. And I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Hope it was helpful. See you guys in the next one.